Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm visiting Harkness Memorial State Park in Waterford, Connecticut. This entire estate was owned by Edward and Mary Harkness from about 1907 until Mary left the property to the state of Connecticut in 1950. It became a part of the Connecticut State Park System in 1952 and was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1986. I've never been here before, but it's been on my list of places to visit for a couple of years now. Luckily, I was in the area to film the final days of the JCPenney at the Crystal Mall, so I figured this was the perfect day to stop by, and as you can see, the weather was perfect. The building ahead is a 42-room Roman Renaissance Revival-style mansion called the Eolia Mansion. It was built between 1904 and 1906 for William and Jessie Taylor, relatives of the Harknesses, but was then purchased by Edward and Mary Harkness in 1907. They do tours of the mansion, but it looks like I was a couple days too early for that, as they don't start the tours until Memorial Day. I'm not sure if they allow filming in the mansion, but if they do, I'd like to come back someday and maybe do a more detailed video on the mansion itself. If anybody wants to see that, let me know. This is called the Italian Garden, or the West Garden, and it was designed by Beatrix Ferrand in 1922. And it's pretty beautiful. From what I understand, though, it's even more beautiful in June when all the flowers are in bloom. And don't forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. Thanks. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, please let me know that in the comments as well. Needless to say, the Harknesses were obscenely rich. Edward inherited his wealth from his father, who got rich by investing in Standard Oil, and Mary was the daughter of a wealthy New York attorney. There's a little fountain. No. Probably later in the season. I think June is probably the best time to come here.
Probably, yeah, when everything's in bloom.
Yeah. No? Look at that birdhouse down there.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
According to the park's map, this appears to be what they're calling the box garden. Yeah, we can go down there in a minute. And that water off in the distance is Long Island Sound. No. Looks like they're just setting up. This is the Oriental Garden, or East Garden. It was designed by Beatrix Farrand in 1919 and features Mrs. Harkness's Korean statuary collection. Before that, it was a grass tennis court. The blue ones or purplish?
Yeah, pansies.
According to my mom, those purple flowers are pansies. I have no idea what any of these flowers are, so I'm going to take her word for it. Believe it or not, this front lawn area used to be a 9-hole golf course. The golf course was built in 1897, and it was originally called the Quaganapasit Golf Club. I apologize if I mispronounced that, but it's a Native American word, and I've never seen it or heard it pronounced before. According to the map, this is called the Rock Garden. Here's the box garden that we were looking down on from the Italian garden earlier. Watch your step here.
Yeah, I might skip that one.
All right.
Oh, it smells nice here.
I'm not sure why this is called the box garden, unless they're referring to the square fence surrounding it, calling that the box, I guess. But I'm not sure. Now let's take a quick look at the shoreline, which is a lot farther from the mansion than it looks. It was a good 5-minute walk to get down here.
I wonder what the beach is.
Next, we're going to head over to the water tower, the cutting garden, the greenhouses, and the carriage house. This is the water tower. It was built in 1902. It has a 22,000-gallon water tank, and the tower's pump was actually powered by the windmill that used to be at the top of the tower there.
Yeah. Almost looks like a watchtower at a prison
Yes, doesn't it?
with those spotlights up there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a little pathway through the center.
This is the cutting garden, and from what I understand, the primary purpose of this garden was to grow flowers that would be cut daily for use in the Eolia mansion, thus the name the cutting garden.
Cemetery. (1949), 1950. Little Annie, Peter, Annie. They didn't live long. I'm wondering if these were pets. 1944 to 50,
Oh.
37 to 49,
Yeah, yeah.
44 to, I can't read that one. Oh yeah, Dinah and Tim.
Yeah. Huh.
And yes, I did later learn that that was the cemetery for Mrs. Harkness's dogs.
See down to the south.
Yeah.
This is the backside of the carriage house, and we'll get a better view of that later when we walk around to the front. This is the Lord and Burnham Greenhouse Complex. It was built in 1910 and was partially restored fairly recently. It once contained rare and exotic subtropical and tropical plants, and it also had vines that were imported from Europe in the 1930s. And it is still in operation today.
Reminds me a little bit of Elizabeth Park.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Actually, a lot of Elizabeth Park.
As you can see, these are foundations for some of the older buildings, and I'm guessing these pipes here were probably part of the watering system for the old greenhouses. That's a total guess, but that's the only thing that really makes sense to me. This is the Carriage House. It was designed by James Gamble Rogers in 1912, and it was essentially a ridiculously fancy garage and servants' quarters. The first floor was used for cars, stables, and a dog grooming area. It could hold 5 cars, 3 limos, and a truck. It even had a turntable in the garage that would turn the cars around so that the chauffeurs didn't have to back up to get out of the garage. And from what I read, there was even an overhead hose in the garage for washing the cars. The second floor had guest rooms for visiting chauffeurs, servants, and other staff, and the third floor was used for storing the guests' trunks and luggage. I also read that there's a 3,000-gallon fuel oil tank buried under this courtyard. I'm pretty sure this was the main garage door. So this is where you drive the cars in, or the carriages. Now we're heading over to the side of the park where most of the guests were having their barbecues and playing games and pretty much just hanging out for Memorial Day. And they've also got a little gift shop over here as well. Now, in addition to the two previous Chapin family homes that were on the site of the current Eolia mansion, there was also a third mansion on this site at one point. It was owned by the Rumrill family, and it was located approximately where we're standing now. It burned down in 1917, and the only remnants of the Rumrill family home is this red brick carriage house. The Rumrills eventually sold their property to the Harknesses in 1934. Off in the distance, that's Goshen Cove, which we'll get a little bit better view of in just a minute. According to the map, this is called the Amphitheater. Yep. Yep, I did. According to the signs, this is the William A. Nearing Preserve, and you're not allowed to step off the boardwalk at this point. Apparently there's nesting birds in this area, so they don't want you stepping on the nests, of course. And again, off in the distance is Goshen Cove. It's a really beautiful area out here. And there you have it. That's the Harkness Memorial State Park in Waterford, Connecticut on Memorial Day weekend 2024. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to see more videos like this of me walking around state parks, that type of thing, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. And as you may know, I also do a lot of videos on mall walkthroughs, store walkthroughs, and flea markets. So if you like that type of video as well, definitely subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.